Bowl is 7'6", Eaton 7'4". And Mark at about 295 pounds. Dantley against Robinson, Malone, and so on down the line. Here we go. Manute Bol. He gets the tip over Eaton, and it goes to teammate Frank Johnson. Johnson down the right side. Lobs underneath. Knocked away and off the boards by Karl Malone, but picked up in the right corner by Robinson. Jump shot, no good. Oh, tips it in.
And that's what you mean by intimidation, Hot Rod. He got down, the paint was right there. He hardly even had to tip his toes to get that bucket through the hoop. His first two tonight.
Here's Dantley right side. Adrian up top to Eaton. Mark holds it high, looks for help. Back in the right corner to Bobby Hansen. Low to Dantley. He's inside, but he looked for Bol, and he would have had the shot. And it's a 3-second lane violation. Dantley would have had a layup. Had there been any other center there, but he looked for Bol, and by then it was too late. Right here is Johnson. I've never seen Dantley do that before. He normally just takes it right up, not looking for anyone. Now to Frank Johnson. Johnson, free throw line there. He can go right to Robinson. Jumper good. The Bullets get the first 4 points of the game.
And the Jazz cannot afford to be intimidated. You know, Dantley loves the baseline, and like you said, Rod, very surprised he didn't try to put that bucket up.
All right, here's Stockton left side. Stockton up top to Dantley. He squares, looks inside. He'll take it, Eaton, a left-handed hook. Around the rim, no good. And Manute Bol is here for the rebound. Quick outlet to Jeff Malone. Down the middle to Frank Johnson, back to Malone left side. He'll drive in, pass out front. Stolen by Bob Hansen. Hansen brings it down to Stockton. Right side of Dantley for the layup. He scores. Dantley going right by Manute Bol on that one, flying for the layup.
Had a good feed into Adrian Dantley, and no, he was not intimidated at all. That's the first two for the Jazz, so they open things up finally here.
4-2, Washington with the lead. Frank Johnson, southpaws the dribble front court, back by John Stockton. Johnson intimidates, wide left to Malone, down low, inside of Dan Ramfield, turn, pass down the middle, knocked down and grabbed by Eaton. Eaton leads the Stockton down the front court, left side. Down low to Dantley on the baseline. He'll back out. He's got Bol on him. Adrian fakes a drive, shoots over him. The one-hand set, no good. And a rebound grabbed by Dan Ramfield. Former Atlanta Hawk, and a fine all-around forward. Ahead to Frank Johnson. He'll fake left, drive right. Backs it out. Stockton gets back defensively. Johnson to the free throw line. Jumper blocked by Stockton and a foul. So John Stockton will pick up the first foul of the game. And going to the free throw line, Frank Johnson will get 2. They took John right to the free throw line, then fell away, and Stock reached in and got him on the wrist.
Got a bit of the ball, but still slapped him on the palm, and he'll get the 2 shots here.
So Frank Johnson will be at the free throw line. He'll shoot 2. Johnson on the season, 70%. He averages 12.5 points a game. His first free throw good. He has his first point of the game. 5-2, Washington on top. This Bullet team with 6 players averaging in double figures, but without Jeff Ruland, who's averaging 21.2 as he broke an ankle against Detroit. Second free throw good by Frank Johnson. 6-2, Washington. Stockton front court. He'll work down the right side. Johnson, they double him up. Stock gets across court to Hansen. Base left to Dantley. Fakes, drives by Manute Bol. Tries to go up, and he's fouled. Dantley will get 2. Adrian Dantley.
And Mark Eaton is limping just a little bit. He tried to plug the middle, and Ramfield came in along with Bol. And if you take a look, for those on TV, big crowd in the middle. And Eaton kind of stumbled over a little bit. Might have hurt that knee.
So the foul to Dan Ramfield, his first. Well, he did not like the call. Going to the line. Dantley for 2. 6-2, Washington on top. One of the greatest free throw shooters in NBA history. He's up there so many times. Dantley, first one, no good. He'll shoot another. Adrian, on the year, has hit 221 out of 275. 80.4%. Looking for his third point. The second free throw is good. Adrian Dantley, and it's 6-3, Washington. Frank Johnson, muscular guard, even though he's a small one, crosses midcourt right side where Stockton stays right with him. Up top to Ramfield. Got it by Malone. Ramfield fake right, drive left, lay it up, blocked by Eaton. Pulled down by Big Mark. Ahead to Stock. Stock gets by Frank Johnson. Right side angle to Malone, drives, slammed up. Karl Malone. Special delivery, that one.
Well, I tell you, Karl Malone just coming off the best week of his pro career. And take a look at the drive down the baseline. Malone, two-handed slam, no doubt about it, and timeout's called.
So the quick timeout taken by the Bullets. It's Washington 6, Utah 5. We'll be back.
This Bud's for all that you do.
Carlos, I need 100 of these.
Rod Hundley along with Craig Bolerjack. We're back at Landover, Maryland at the Capitol Center where the Bullets lead the Jazz 6-5, but a technical foul on Dan Roundfield, and Danley will try and tie it in a moment. But the Jazz have put together a super 10-game package just in time for the holiday season. This package features many great NBA stars coming to the Salt Palace in 1986. The 86 Jazz 10-game package costs only $86. That's right, for only $86, you can see stars such as Ralph Sampson, Dr. J, Moses Malone, Patrick Ewing, and many others. Call 355-DUNK from Salt Lake, 621-DUNK from Ogden, and 377-DUNK from Provo. Operators are standing by. Here's Danley at the line. And trying to tie the score on a technical to Dan Roundfield. I told you before he argued about that call on the foul when Danley went inside. And this time they hit him for the technical. Danley makes it. He has 4 of the Jazz 6 points, and we're tied.
And he's still talking up a storm as he puts that mouthpiece in.
It'll be Washington Bullets ball, and Roundfield triggers in out front angle left to Frank Johnson. Johnson yo-yos against Stockton, terminates down low left to go into Cliff Robinson from Southern Cal. Matched up with Danley. Robinson backs him in the paint. The jump hook, good. His second bucket. Eaton helped out, but he shot it right over the outstretched hand. And the Bullets lead 8-6. Bobby Hansen hippity hops right side, comes back right to left up top. Jump shot from 20, looking down the barrel, no good. Not a good percentage shot, and the rebound to Cliff Robinson. Ahead of Jeff Malone from Mississippi State. He'll wait for help and hands to Frank Johnson. All right, Frank Johnson works left side. Johnson back left to right up top. Off balance jump shot. That's no good. And the rebound to Bob Hansen. Good rebound. Quick outlet to Stockton. Stock down the right side. Now backs it out as the Bullets gather defensively. Jazz basketball brought to you in part by Morris Travel, the official travel agency of the Utah Jazz and many other Utah companies. Thanks, Morris. Up top, Malone with the ball. Right side of Hansen, low to Danley. They double him to Hansen. He's open. 18-footer angle right. Good. Bobby Hansen.
Good patience that time by the Jazz, Rod, and Bobby Hansen.
Danley there.
Yeah. Bobby Hansen with that sweet 18-footer.
Frank Johnson, left side of Malone. Jump 16-footer out front left. No good. He's fouled by Hansen. Coming out to challenge the shot. And Hansen gets his first. The Jazz second team foul. And going to the free throw line, Jeff Malone. He's an 88% free throw shooter. 73 out of 83. And he averages 21 a game. That's Jeff Malone. And the free throw, first one good. This broadcast is presented by the authority of the Utah Jazz. Not as intended for the private non-commercial use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the Utah Jazz and the National Basketball Association is prohibited. Both free throws are good. Here's Stockton down court, doubled up, throws the ball away. Right to Cliff Robinson, down the right side of Jeff Malone. Malone to the base right, jump a 16-footer, it's around and out. Eaton had the rebound, now he has it. Quick outlet to midcourt to Hansen, almost picked off, but Hansen gets away. Down the middle to Malone. He drives, he scoops, they call it a charge. No, blocking foul. Blocking foul. It looked like they had Malone charging, but Earl Strom at the last moment said, no, we got a block on Dan Roundfield.
Well, just a moment ago, a nice feed down the paint to Malone. Great touch by Carl, but the ball did not fall through the hoop, and the foul called on Roundfield. 2-shot foul.
And that's his second foul for Dan Roundfield. So Malone will get 2, and the first one is up by the rookie, and it's no good.
And Rod, there's no question about it. This is the area Karl Malone has got to improve in. Just a 46% free throw shooter so far this season.
51 out of 110, and now he hits one. Karl Malone with his third point. Danley 4, Malone 3, and Hansen has 2. Right, it's 10-9. Washington on top. Front court, Frank Johnson. Hibbity hops to the angle left. Down the middle to Roundfield, running room. He drops it to Manute Bol, blocked by Eaton, and a foul to Big Mark. As Bol went back up with both hands underneath the basket left side. And a foul against Utah.
Well, I'm surprised Roundfield dished this basketball off, but he does. Manute kind of standing all by himself down the baseline, and Eaton had to come back and picked up the foul. So Bol, the first time tonight, goes to the free throw line, and just a 34.5% shooter.
He made 6 in a row against Milwaukee, however. Here's his first one is good. His third point of the quarter.
He wastes no time.
Second one no good, but the rebound to Frank Johnson of Washington. He'll back it out. 11-9. Washington with the lead. Just under 8 minutes left in the opening quarter. Down the right side to Dan Roundfield. Up top to Bol. Swing around the horn left to Jeff Malone. Got it by Bobby Hansen. Malone fakes a drive. Now takes one bounce. Rays shoots over Hansen. Shot no good. Tipped up and grabbed away by Malone. Tied up by Cliff Robinson. He'll jump. As Malone went slingshotting his way in there. worming the ball away from Robinson to get the jump.
He lost his goggles along the way, and I tell you, every game you watch Karl Malone play basketball, he's gaining confidence every time he steps onto the basketball floor. He's not intimidated, is he?
Not at all. Both players 6'9". Malone outweighs him. And a bad toss, so Earl Strom will throw in the air again. And both players will step back in for the jump. So Malone goes up this time, but Robinson gets a tip, and it goes to midcourt right side to Frank Johnson. The Bullets again on the offense. In a red, white, and blue uniforms, symbolic of the nation's capital. Wide right, they'll take it to round field up top to Manute Bol. 7-6, takes a big drive. Look at this move. Oh, what a beauty. Put it on the floor and drove right by Eaton and slammed it in.
Oh.
Great punch with the left hand. What a move. Manute Bol. Ryder taking a step, but brother, it was awesome. Left side Malone, hands back to John Stockton. Stock pick left up top to Malone. Jumper from 18, wide open, no good. And a rebound to the Bullets. And it goes to Jeff Malone. Down the left side of Johnson. They'll take it to Roundfield. Base left, 12-footer, no good. Eaton has the rebound. They'll clear it to Stockton. Stock pirouetting to the front court left side. Down on the left footer, Malone. Power in, 10-foot leap and leaner, no good. Rebound, Malone, tied up, jump ball. And again, it's Cliff Robinson.
Boy, Cliff Robinson and Karl Malone are having their own personal war out there. And, Rod, you can still hear this crowd buzzing after that slam by Manute. You look at some of the signs, they got Bowl Mania, Bowl Tending up here. I tell you, it's like the Refrigerator Perry in Chicago.
Jazz get the tip. It goes to Danley. There's Bowl. Danley drives, blocked, and a foul. Danley would shoot two. Manute Bol moved right in there. They called a foul on Bowl. His first, third team foul. Adrian going left to right, powered in. This time he carried it right into the big guy.
No question about it. Manute left his feet, went about 10 feet in the air.
Feels some momentum. His body was carried right into Dantley for the foul. Adrian averaging 30.4 a game. He has 2 for 3 at the line tonight, 4 points. He's up there for 2 free throws. First one on the way is good. Adrian Dantley.
And, of course, Adrian leading the NBA in scoring. Alex English of Denver's fallen off just a little bit. I think AD's a full point ahead of Alex English of Denver.
Dantley for one more. The NBA's 27th all-time leading scorer. At a free throw good. Adrian with 6 points. And the Bullets lead 13-11. Frank Johnson southpaws a dribble across the 10-second line. Up top to Dan Roundfield. Alley-oop to Bol. Slam dunk. Manute Bol. There was Eaton on that one. And Bol got behind him. Boy, easy slam dunk.
I'll tell you what, this kid is learning the game of basketball very fast.
Danley low to Eaton. Good position. Right side. Try to dunk it. Roundfield blocks it. Picked up by Robinson. Ahead to Johnson to Malone. Layup good. Jeff Malone. He has 4 points.
And good transition by the Bullets.
17-11. Washington. Stockton front court. John up top to Karl Malone. Malone over on the angle right to Dantley. Adrian fake right to left, pull up, and we got an illegal defense called on the Bullets. The illegal defense on Washington. As Tom McMillan will check in, prematurely bald, not bald, but gray, from the University of Maryland, right near here. Out of Rhodes Scholar, Tom McMillan. All right, the ball comes in to Karl Malone up top, down low to Danley, inside, lay it up in reverse, blocked by Bol. Pulled down by Malone. Ahead they go to Frank Johnson. Johnson drives by Stockton. Blocked by Karl Malone. They call goaltending. That's a terrible call. It may have been a foul, but no goaltending. But they'll give the basket to Frank Johnson.
And a technical foul on Karl Malone. He threw the basketball down. And Thurl Bailey up off the bench.
He'll come in, and Malone will come out.
Malone gets up high and pins the ball up against the glass. Really a close call. Very close. Karl taking a breather and trying to cool off just a bit.
Malone's free throw good. He has 5 points, and a Bullet streak out to a 9-point lead at 20-11. 5:37 left in the quarter. Stockton brings it down. The Jazz want a timeout, and they'll take it finally. Timeout with 5:33 left in the first quarter. And Manute Bol has scored 7 points here in the first quarter to lead the Washington Bullets. Danley has 6 for Utah. And a score, Washington 20, Utah 11.
A better deal just can't be found. The new Landmark Chevrolet. Landmark's out to become Utah's #1 Chevrolet.
394 South, 7th East.
So Rod Hundley, along with Craig Bolerjack, back in the Capitol Center in Landover, Maryland. 5:33 left in the quarter. Washington leads 20-11.
And as you were talking, Rod, Manute Bol, the man doing a lot of the damage here early. Some great moves. He's beat Mark Eaton. And if you look at the big men comparison, Manute scored 7, and Mark has yet to put a point through the hoop.
All right, Stockton with the ball. Stock reverses right to left front court. Down low left to Dantley. Now they call the Bullets for illegal defense. Dantley would have had himself a layup. And this is a technical. It's the second time, and this time it's Manute Bol from across the line. Number 10 in white. The big string being at 7'6", 100 and perhaps 95 pounds. Dantley will shoot the technical. Adrian with 6 points, 4 out of 5 tonight at the line. And there for one more. And the free throw is good. Adrian has 7 first quarter points. The Jazz will keep the ball. 20-12, Washington with the lead. Adrian will trigger front court left side. Eaton in there with a shoving match with Bol trying to post up. The ball comes to the Stockton right side. Over to Dantley on the base right. Adrian pirouettes, hooks it up, won't go. And a rebound to Cliff Robinson. Quickly to Frank Johnson. And the Bullets on the run. Johnson to the free throw line, backs it out. As the Jazz finally get back defensively. And the Washington team will put it in play with 14 seconds left on the shot clock. Down low left to Cliff Robinson. Robinson with his back turn. Left corner to Johnson. Quickly back to Cliff. Base left. Jump shot over Dantley, who doesn't go up, and the shot's good. Cliff Robinson's third bucket, 6 points in the quarter.
That was a frozen rope down the baseline, and good patience again by the Bullets. They worked the ball in, back and forth, and Robinson finally got the 2-pointer.
22-12. Here's Dantley low left. Good position. Turn in. Double pump. Force it up. Foul Bol. So Adrian will shoot 2. Dantley maneuvering well inside. For Bol, his second foul, and for the Bullets, their 14th foul.
Boy, Adrian Dantley drew this foul, no doubt about it. Cliff Robinson plays him tough in the paint, then Manute comes over. Adrian just used his body, went right up into Manute, who was up off the ground, and that's the old automatic 2-point or 2-shot free throw.
Mark of patience by Dantley as he waited for Bol to commit himself, and then when he went up, Dantley waited for him to come down and then jumped up to draw the foul. Adrian's first one good. He'll have one more. Dantley, and it's 22-13 Bullets. Adrian, second free throw. It's good. That's 9 points in the quarter for Dantley.
And free throws are keeping the Jazz in this ball game early.
22-14, Washington. Dantley has made 7 free throws. Johnson wide left to Manute Bol. Left top to Frank Johnson. He'll lob alley-oop to Bol. He's got it again. Shot this time blocked by Eaton, but it's picked up by Malone. No good. Rebound of Bol, taken away by Terrell Bailey. Down the middle, they go to Stockton. Stockton peels left. Stockton to the free throw line. He's wide open. As down goes Johnson, and a jumper. Good. Stockton. That's his first 2. Don't forget that before or after every Jazz game, you can tune into Jazz Talk with Dave Blackwell and Dave Fredman right here on KLUB, the Jazz flagship station, and most of these network stations. Here's Robinson in the lane. Shot no good. And a foul called on Dantley. His first, and a 14 foul. So it'll be Washington ball. Foul occurred before the shot, and they snap into Frank Johnson on the angle left. Johnson, wide left yo-yos against Stockton. Now reverse left to right. They double him. He off-bound a shot. Good. Wow. Johnson gets his 6th point of the quarter. That's a frozen rope.
Yeah.
Wow.
Tough to defend on that particular shot.
24-16, Washington. Stockton faking left, driving right. He's got the defender's beat. They take it, but they don't count it. That should count. That's a continuation move. Frank Johnson gets the foul. Why do they have a continuation if that's not a perfect example of what a continuation should be? Manute Bol will come out. Charlie Jones will come on now for the Washington Bullets. He'll make his first appearance as a backup center, 6'9" from Albany. He's in his 3rd year.
Saw Ricky Green waiting to come in.
Stockton's free throw good. The second one up, no good. And the rebound off, grabbed by Cliff Robinson. He'll lay it off to Frank Johnson. We'll pause for station identification on the Utah Jazz Basketball Network. So the ball will be triggered in by Johnson. It'll go rather to Frank Johnson. Hanson had it, but let it get away. And Frank Johnson keeps the ball. Down to the left corner. They'll work to Jeff Malone. He'll fake left, drive right, pull up, angle left, shoot over Hanson, a jumper around and out, rebound, Terrell Bailey. Big T to Ricky Green, out of Michigan, replacing Stockton. The fastest of them all. Green walks it to the left side. He's one of 6 Jazz players averaging double figures. Down inside, Dantley. He's there, he scores. Beautiful feed, and Dantley got the layup.
Good movement by the Jazz. Thurl Bailey saw Dantley all alone down the baseline and snuck that ball into him for a big bucket.
24-19 Washington. 3 minutes left in the quarter. Frank Johnson down low, left inside of Robinson. Backs in on Dantley. Oh, he walked all the way. He got away with it. Shot no good. The rebound. Grab by Mark Eaton. Outlet down court. Hanson picks it up in the left corner. He'll hand it back to Ricky Green on the angle left. And they'll back it out as Eaton and Dantley finally get into the offensive picture. Bob Hanson on the left wing with the ball. Down low, left to Thurl. Corkscrew jumper for the base. It's around and out. Rebound, Tom McMillan. Former Maryland star. Ahead to Jeff Malone. Malone front court right side. Malone takes it to the base. Up top to McMillan. Jumper. It's up, no good. Rebound, knocked out of bounds by the Jazz. Dantley unable to handle it. So Gus Williams from Southern Cal comes on. Gus has been suffering from the flu. Missed a couple of games, but he's back down with the club. But Frank Johnson will come out. Played on the World Championship Seattle Supersonics team in '79. Up top, Malone. Jump shot. Good. Jeff Malone. He has 7 points for the Bullets. 26-19 Washington. Ricky Green down the left side. He'll cross midcourt. Gus right with him. Laterally right to Bobby Hanson from Iowa. Bobby bounces free throw line area to Thurl Bailey, and in traffic, he takes one bounce away. Angle left for Ricky Green. Down low, Dantley is there, and there's a foul as Robinson bumps him. His first. On in the penalty, Dantley will shoot 2. Steve Hayes, backup 6'11" center from Idaho State, replaces Mark Eaton. And Mark without a point.
Mark went 10 minutes, Rod, without scoring a bucket. He takes the breather. Steve Hayes, of course, hasn't seen all that much playing action so far this season.
So Dantley with 11 points, including 7 out of 8 at the line. Now a chance of 2 more. The first one by E.D. is up and no good. So he's missed 2 already here in the opening quarter. However, he has made 7. 1 more for Dantley. Looking for point number 12 of the quarter. Only 4 Jazz players have scored. Stockton and Malone each with 3. Hanson has 2. Second free throw good. That's 12 points for Adrian Dantley. The ball comes into Gus Williams' backcourt. Led by Ricky Green. Gus right to left across the 10-second line. He'll yo-yo, take it left to right off the McMillan screen. Back to McMillan up top. He looks down the barrel. Jumper no good. Rebound, grab by Charles Jones. Back to Gus up top. Another 20-footer. This one no good. Tipped out by Bailey, but it goes right to Cliff Robinson. A jump hook in the paint. Good. That's his 8th point of the quarter for Cliff Robinson.
And no question about it, you cannot win basketball games when you let your opponent shoot 3 times at the hoop. You got to get that defensive rebound, Hot Rod.
There's Ricky up top, a long jumper. Good. Ricky gets his first basket. So Green, who for the Jazz on the year has been averaging 10.5 points a game, shoots 46 from the field and 80.5 from the free throw line, and Ricky has his first basket. 28-22 Washington. And we have 1 minute and 15 seconds left in the first quarter. Gus Williams, Shibbity hop front court. Hand checking him, Ricky Green, no harm, no foul. Gus backs him to the free throw line. Right corner to Malone, base right, jumper 12-footer, long off the iron. Thurl Bailey up high for the rebound. Big T will clear it. Into the front court to Green on the angle left. Down on the left corner to Hanson. Quick 20-footer by Bobby. No good. Rebound slapped out. And it goes out of bounds, Jazz ball. Last touch by Robinson and Jones. Pace Mannion will come in for Utah, former University of Utah star. His first appearance, and Bob Hanson will come out. So Mannion entering the lineup for the Jazz. He's 3 for 11 from 3-point range. Thurl Bailey, left side jumper, no good, but the rebound is Steve Hayes, and he backs it out smartly. By Mannion. Back to Ricky Green. Green walks the ball to the right side. 38 seconds left in the first quarter. Free throw line area to Bailey. He's open. Of course, the jumper, good. Thurl Bailey, his first 2. Thurl, of course, averages 14.6 a game, second to Dantley. But that's his first basket. 28-24 Washington.
And most of those coming off the bench as in a reserve role this season.
Here's McMillan, base right, slaps away the defensive hand of Hayes. Running left hook, no good, but a foul. It'll be charged to Steve Hayes. His first and the Jazz 5th. Penalty. McMillan will shoot 2. Tom McMillan, as we mentioned, from Maryland, a Rhodes Scholar, 90% on the year, but he shot only 10. He's made 9 of 10 on the season. Averaging only 3.3 a game, but used here quickly in the absence of Jeff Ruland. Out with a broken ankle for 6 weeks. He'll get some playing time.
Here's a guy who can burn the net. Both these clubs, Rod, really aren't that great of free throw shooting teams. I guess we jinx them every time New Michigan had 90% free throw shooter, couldn't get it to fall through.
McMillan for one more after missing the first. On the second one up good. He has his first point of the game. And Washington leads 29-24. And the Jazz will look for the last shot of this, the first quarter. Mannion front court right side. Hands back to Thurl Bailey. Thurl penetrates up top. Again to Mannion. 12 seconds left in the period. Mannion yo-yoing right side. 8 seconds to Ricky. Ricky fake right, take it left to the base. Fall away with a wild shot that's not even close. But Bailey rebounds and scores with the left hand. What a move. Thurl Bailey, his second bucket. And we have 1 second left in the quarter. McMillan will inbound. The round field and the quarter is over. So at the end of the first period of play, from the Capitol Center in Landover, Maryland, the score, the Washington Bullets 29, the Utah Jazz 26. We'll have the second quarter on the Utah Jazz Basketball Network right after this timeout.
This Bud's for all that you do. You keep...
Rod Hundley along with Craig Bolerjack. We're back at the Capitol Center, the home of the Washington Bullets, where they have won 9 consecutive games at home. They're 12-11 on the year. And they lead 29-26 here in the first quarter.
And if you take a look, Ron, at the way the Jazz have been playing on the road, this is a good test for both clubs, because Utah has a 6-6 record. In fact, they only one of 5 teams in the NBA playing above 500 on the road. So the Jazz doing it pretty well to the other side at their own home ballpark.
We go to the second quarter. Pace Mannion in at a guard with Ricky Green. Thurl Bailey up front with Karl Malone and Mark Eaton. Mannion with the ball. Pace up top to Thurl. Down low to Mark Eaton. Right side angle to go to Green again to Mark. A lefty hook in the paint. Easy shot and he missed it. Rebound to McMillan. Now he'll lead it to Gus Williams. Gus front court straight away. Green right there defensively, and Gus works to the angle right. Behind the McMillan screen. He'll accelerate. He's got Green beaten, but he hooks it back to McMillan. Eaton came over to help out to intimidate. Right baseline to Roundfield. He'll fake right, go left. Underhand scoop blocked by Thurl Bailey, and Ricky picks it up. Green down the left side in a hurry. To Mannion. He's in for the layup, and he scores. Pace Mannion. And beautiful play by Ricky Green.
Good transition. Ricky Green to Pace Mannion.
And the Bullets take a timeout. The Jazz come back to within a point and only 48 seconds of play. Following a great block by Thurl Bailey. Green picked it up, streaked down the left side, and got Mannion for the layup. Bullets lead 29-28. We'll be back.
Holiday greetings from Budweiser.
Well, a great idea for a Christmas gift appropriate for just about anyone is Jazz tickets. Give your friends and family Utah Jazz tickets this year for Christmas, because Jazz tickets make super stocking stuffers. You can call the Marketing Center tonight during this game and order your Jazz gift certificates by dialing any of the Jazz Dunk numbers. 355 Dunk from Salt Lake, 621 Dunk from Ogden, 377 Dunk from Provo. Now, don't forget, the Landmark Chevrolet, one of the Jazz sponsors, is the ultimate in Chevrolet parts service and body repair.
What a ball game.
Yep. How about a little orange juice and a
Little apple juice, little orange juice.
all the kids here and enjoying any way you like.
You bet.
All right. Rod Hundley with Craig Bolerjack. Hope you're enjoying our simulcast radio and television tonight. Jazz basketball. The Bullets lead 29-28. Now here's Malone with the ball. Wide left, he'll take it to Charles Jones. Up top to Dan Roundfield. Got it by Malone. He knocks it away, and Carl steals. Ahead to Ricky. 2-on-1 break. Ricky goes all the way, scoops it up, scores with the underhand toss. Ricky Green's second bucket.
Good quick hands by Karl Malone. Ricky Green showed some flash of speed on that play as he worked down to the near lane. Hot rod and put 2 in.
That put Utah in front. But Gus gets away, in for the layup, scores. So he returned the favor as he got right away from Ricky Green. And the Bullets lead 31-30. Right side, Green with the ball. Down the alley to Malone. He's knocked down, but he gets it underneath to Eaton. An easy hook. Wow, he shot it 2 feet over. On a rebound, picked up by Charles Jones. Now to Roundfield. Cross midcourt right side of Jeff Malone. The Washington Bullets with the ball and a 1-point lead. We're in the second quarter. Malone yo-yos, terminates wide right. He'll take it to Jones, guarded by Bailey up top to McMillan. Now McMillan, the left-hander from Maryland. One bounce, back to Gus, out of Southern Cal. Gus Williams takes left, take it right up to McMillan screen, back to McMillan on a rollout. Long jumper, good. Tom McMillan.
And only 2 seconds left on that 24-second shot clock, and McMillan hits it on the lefty.
33-30 Washington. McMillan with 3. Here's Green left side, foul by Gus Williams. For Gus, his first, and the Bullets' first of the second quarter. Out it occurred on the dribble drive. Jazz basketball. Frank Johnson back in, and Jeff Malone will come out. So they have the two little guards in there. Here's where the Jazz could use Green and Stockton together. Here is Malone, right side, 12-footer, short rebound, grab by Jones. An outlet goes to Gus Williams down the right side. Mannion on him. He'll drive by Mannion. Whippet base right to McMillan. McMillan down low inside of Gus. Cross-court pass to Roundfield, knocked out of bounds by Malone. And it's Washington ball. Gene Shue, the head coach of Washington. Former NBA great star. And Fred Carter, his assistant, right behind.
I think he wanted to foul. A lot of passing going on in there.
Up top, Frank Johnson, jumper, good. So the Bullets again move out. That's 8 points for Frank Johnson. Washington by 5, as the Jazz have given up 6 straight points. There's Green to the big guy Eaton up top. Back to Thurl Bailey. Over in the right corner to Karl Malone. Malone takes a couple of bounces again to Thurl. Round the horn left to Ricky. Green takes it to the left corner. Eaton trying to post up. McMillan fronts him. They go inside to Mark. Base left. Eaton holding it however he said. Again to Mannion. They have to hurry. Ball taken away by Gus. And behind the back pass, beautiful to Frank Johnson. He scores. That's 8 straight points for the Bullets.
Great transition game. They got the steal. They worked that ball down floor. And the Jazz just taking too much time trying to work that pass in.
So a 20-second timeout for the Jazz. And we'll keep it here. 37-30 Washington. That's 8 straight points by the Bullets, and they have been outrunning the Jazz, getting the fast break.
Also clogging up the middle.
Great pass by Gus a moment ago behind the back to Frank Johnson, and he had himself an easy left-hand layup. And for Johnson, 10 points. He leads Washington in scoring. Dantley has 12 for Utah.
And Frank only averages 12.5 points a ball game, so he's on pace to really break his average tonight.
Now, on Friday night, we'll have another simulcast for you coming up here on Channel 5. KSL, Rod Hundley with Craig Bowler-Jack, and of course our great producer-director John Cook will be with us. Now that's at the same time, 5:30, Friday night with Dr. J and Moses Malone and the Philadelphia 76ers. But here it's the Jazz for the Bullets, and Utah with the ball. Mannion right side. Mannion lobs low to Malone. He's there, lay it up, missing. He tips it up, no good. He's still scoreless. Had a rebound to Charles Jones ahead of Frank Johnson. Baseline right to Roundfield. Drive by Bailey. Knocked away, and Mannion picks it up. Ahead to Ricky. The fastest of the ball. Drives. Hang it up wildly. It goes in. What a shot. It counts, and he's fouled. A foul to Charles Jones. And a basket by Ricky Green.
That is just incredible body control. Ricky Green down the paint. 2 guys on him. Puts an elbow up, and it still gets the shot down. Pace Mannion was there to the follow, but hey, Ricky Green, was that a beautiful shot or what?
And wisely pulled his hand away. Here's the lineup we talked about. Stockton's in now with Ricky Green. But the 2 small guards for Washington, you can play these 2. Now Dantley back in here. They've added a lot of speed to the lineup. Green's free throw good. He has 7 points, 5 and a quarter. And it's 37-33 Washington. Gus Williams front court. He'll hand around field. Got him by Thurl Bailey. Back to Gus. Stockton will guard him. Left side to McMillan. A good outside shooter. The jumper good. Oh, you got to get out on him. McMillan with 5 points. Quickly front court, Stockton. Down low to Eaton. Mark. Free throw line area to Thurl. Turn, corkscrew jumper, good. Thurl Bailey. So Vic T, his 3rd bucket, 6 points in the game. 39-35 Washington with 8 minutes left in the half. At halftime, we'll talk with Wes Unseld, former great star of these Washington Bullets for 13 years. He played on the World Championship team and was Rookie of the Year and Most Valuable Player twice. We'll talk about Manute Bol. Here is McMillan left side. He'll fake right, go left to the base. A running hook up, no good. But the rebound around field, he shoved Bailey away, and they got him. Dan Roundfield for the foul.
I think Thurl, no doubt, had good position, good box out on Roundfield, and Roundfield is going to take a seat, his 3rd personal with 7:42 to play first half.
So Gene Shue, the head coach, pulls out his ace forward, and Robinson comes back. Here's Stockton up top to Thurl Bailey. Again to Stock on the angle left. Left corner to Dantley. He squares. Fake left, drive right. He's in the paint. He's fouled going across the middle. Dantley going for the shot. So it'll be Jones for the foul. For Charles Jones, his 2nd foul, and 14 fouls on the Bullets.
Something about Adrian Dantley, some people may not realize. He makes things happen. Of course, you don't go to the free throw line or pick up fouls unless you do, but Adrian's so quiet sometimes, and things like that go unnoticed.
All right, here's Dantley with the ball low left. The foul occurred before the shot. Adrian pirouettes in for the left, scores from the left side. What a great move. He faked across the middle, did a reverse pirouetting move to the baseline, and had the layup.
Found his man asleep and made a great move down the baseline.
14 for Dantley. 39-37, Washington. Gus, angle left, jumping up, shot good off the glass. Gus Williams, he has 2 buckets, 4 points in the game. Stockton comes back, roars all the way, left hook up. It's on the rim, no good. Rebound, Charles Jones. He'll hang on in the backcourt, finally clears to Frank Johnson. Johnson straight away to the front court for the Washington Bullets. He'll take back to the left, Stockton gets through the screen. Now Johnson takes it left to right. Roll out, base left to Cliff Robinson, a jump hook and a paint, no good. Rebound to Eden, ahead to Ricky. Ricky takes it all the way. Another forced left hook. It's good again. They count it. And another foul to Jones. The very same play he made a moment ago. And with his body for protection, he looped it up with the left hand. And with a gentle push of the mount arc off the glass, and he banked it home.
I could have sworn that's the same shot we saw, except a carbon copy, but it is not. Ricky Green with 2 beautiful moves in the last minute and a half. Is this man blessed with great skill or what?
Third foul on Charles Jones. Manute Bol comes back in at center. Jones will come out. Well, they got a big lineup in there. McMillan, 6'11". Robinson, 6'9". Manute Bol, 7'6". Ricky gets the free throw. He has 10 points in the first half, and Ricky Green has scored 8 of them here in the second quarter. There's Frank Johnson, angle left, shoots over Stockton, a long jumper, no good, rebound McMillan. Back to Gus, running room down the middle, and leaping leaner, 10-footer, good. Gus Williams. 6 for Gus. Washington leads 43-40. Stockton right side front court, low to Malone, guarded by Manute Bol. Malone will shoot the jumper over him. It's good. Karl Malone. Wise move there. And he got Bol leaning back and then raised and shot over.
Right now, Frank Layton just trying to see if speed can beat some of their big, tough guys, and playing pretty even right now.
McMillan up top of the ball. Right side of Cliff Robinson. A long jumper is good. That's 10 for Cliff Robinson. Down the left side, Malone in a hurry. He's by Bol. Slam dunk, and it comes out. And a rebound to Frank Johnson. Oh, he had an easy layup, and he elected to just lay it up. Down court, Frank Johnson fouled on a running shot by Stockton, and he'll get 2. Stockton's second foul to Jazz, first of the quarter, and they waste it in the act of shooting.
And I think he got an extra step or 2 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe.
He was tripped up by Stockton, that's why they give him the shot. But out here, Malone left too early on that slam dunk. He was too far from the basket. And he did not enough oomph to get up there, and he missed it. This could be a 4-point play. Instead of the Jazz being 1 down, they could find themselves 5 down. Free throw good.
Frank Johnson's had a hot hand of late, scoring over 18 points a game as his last 3. Tonight already 11 points, and we haven't hit halftime yet.
Well, the average is 12 and a half. He'll have 1 more. Frank Johnson out of Wake Forest in the Atlantic Coast Conference. Second one, no good. But apparently Bailey and Malone stepped in too early. They'll give him another free throw.
I think he's pointing the finger at Karl Malone.
Frank Layton working on the bubble gum at the Jazz bench. 1 more for Frank Johnson. In our radio show, he said that the good Lord blessed us with a lot of fat in America. But he said, I think I got it all. Manute Bol didn't get in it. Johnson with 12 points. Bullets by 5. Dantley in the paint. Double pump. Bol on him. He goes back to Malone again to Dantley. Gus Williams on him, and Adrian holds on. Backs it out to Stockton. Stock drive the alley. Dish to Ricky. Left corner. Long jumper. Good. Ricky Green. Boy, is he hot. That's 12 for Ricky. 10 in the quarter.
All off the bench. Ricky Green having a great first half.
Gus comes right back and matches it from the left side. Got to play defense, and they did not get back on Gus. 49-44 Washington. 5 minutes and 8 seconds left in the first half. Stockton to Dantley up top, angle right. Adrian squares away, backs in on Frank Johnson on the mismatch. Pirouettes, bounce it over base right to Malone, an easy jumper, no good. Rebound McMillan. Out of Frank Johnson. Out here come the Washington Bullets. Frank Johnson, front court left side to Gus Williams. Gus drops it low to Cliff Robinson on the base. Back to Gus, he's underneath. To Manute Bol, slam dunk. Manute Bol with 9 points. Stockton hurries back. Stock down the middle. There's Bol. He can't take the shot. He'll go to Ricky Green. Green on the angle left. Up top to Dantley. Adrian squares away. Adrian looking for running room. Drive the middle. Bol is there. Dantley dances by him. Forces it up and in. Take it away. Charging foul. And the presence of Manute Bol again. Forced Dantley to turn.
Boy, Manute's playing both ends of the floor. The slam dunk on the last time we saw Manute. You're right. Adrian Dantley pushed off.
With our left arm. As he veered to the right to get away from Bull. Up top, McMillan. McMillan hangs on. Bailey up. Now McMillan. Back to Gus. Stockton steals. He's out in front. They'll never catch him. Little John for the layup. He scores. Stockton with the left hand. He has 5 points. 51-46 Washington. 4 minutes left in the second quarter. Gus Williams walks it down for the Bullets. Gus to the right side. Gus drives all the way under his scoop. Easy layup. He got it. Nobody helping. And Gus Williams has 10 points. Here's Green under to Danley. He scores. Bull a step late getting there. Adrian with 16.
Great bounce pass by Ricky Green. He's been the spark plug, keeping the Jazz close off the bench.
Really done a job, hasn't he? He has 12 points. He's passing the ball well. And the Bullets take a timeout. I believe it's a 20-second timeout. We'll keep it here. 53-48. Washington with the lead. Danley has 16 and Green 12. For Washington, Frank Johnson 12, Cliff Robinson 10, Gus Williams with 10, and Manute Bol has 9 points.
For the Jazz tonight, the most glaring fact, hot rod, of course, Mark Eaton so far held scoreless, has just 1 personal foul. Manute has 2 fouls called against him, but 9 points to show for it.
Tomorrow, the Jazz are in New Jersey. Radio only. Tomorrow night, we'll be on the air at 5:20 for the Frank Layden Show on radio and have that game. And then Friday night, simulcast radio and TV, Channel 5 KSL at 5:30 with the Philadelphia 76ers, Dr. J. Moses Malone and company. Be with us for that one. And then Saturday night, another game from Chicago, radio TV, Channel 20 with that one. We'll go to a break now as the Jazz take a full timeout with 3:34 left in the first half. Washington 53, the Jazz 48.
Winter, a time of beauty, a time of challenge.
By 3 after 1, and Atlanta leading the Nets by 3 after 1.
There's Frank Johnson with the ball. He'll work left side with Hanson on it. Down low left to take it in to Cliff Robinson again to Johnson. Cliff in the left corner. Stutter step move, faking left, driving right. Pull up in the paint. 12-foot jumper, no good rebound to Karl Malone. He'll go to Stockton. The Jazz move into the front court. Gus Williams guards Stockton. On the offensive end, Gus has hit 5 straight field goals for the Bullets. 5 in a row. Down low to go to Danley. Good position across the middle. Easy hook. Blocked by Bol. No goaltending. Eaton gets it and Bol blocks his shot. And they call a foul on Manute Bol. He doesn't like it. That's his third. That could have been goaltending on Danley's shot.
Mark Eaton got the rebound.
Took too long.
Pin up against the board, and Manute Bol charged with his 3rd foul of the night. He kind of let out a little small grin. He's a pleasant-looking guy, really. He's just got a good demeanor about him, and he really looks like he's having fun out there.
Eaton took too much time or he'd had himself a layup. He hesitated. Had he gone right up, he'd have softly got himself an easy basket. All right, the free throw no good, and Eaton remains scoreless. The Jazz have expanded their ticket outlets. Fans can now purchase tickets from Freezy Catering food truck at discount price. The next time a Freezy Catering truck comes by your place or business, ask about Utah Jazz tickets and save.
And no question about it, Manute Bol will sit down with 3:02 to play. Of course, with that 3rd foul, he can't afford to pick up the 4th before we go to halftime.
And Eaton gets on the board with a 2nd free throw. His first point of the game with 3 minutes left in the first half. 53-49, Washington. Right side, Frank Johnson low to McMillan on the base. He'll pull up after 1 down. Again to Johnson, back to McMillan. He'll turn over Eaton with a left hook. That's no good. Eaton grabs the rebound. Now to Stockton. Stock slowed down. Frank Johnson hit the Danley, a running layup. Good. Adrian Danley splitting the defenders and going down the alley for the layup.
Great pass by John Stockton.
53-51 Washington. Danley has 18 points. Frank Johnson front court. Left side to Jones. Malbody up top to Frank Johnson. Now left side of McMillan again to Frank Johnson. Johnson stutter step move. Backs his way to the free throw line. Right baseline to Jeff Malone. Jumper, no good. Rebound Stockton. Ahead to Hanson. He's 1 against 2, and he wisely goes right side. Now tries to go underneath to Danley, but it's knocked out of bounds by Charles Jones. He had the ball intercepted for a moment, but couldn't hang on to it.
Bobby Hansen had no place to go with that ball. He was cut down the baseline and tried to throw it in. Hopefully, Danley might come up with it, but the Jazz get a break there.
Here's Danley with the ball. Drive to the middle. Fake right, turn left, fall away, jumpers up. No good. Rebound to McMillan. We got a foul. Loose ball foul. And I believe it's Mark Eaton holding. His 2nd. Line of Jazz 2nd of the quarter. With 1:59 left, they wasted the 2 seconds. It's inside the 2 minutes, so it'll play like the penalty the next trip. Eaton comes out, Thurl Bailey in. So Gus Williams with the ball. Guarded by Stockton. Gus front court straight away. Gus peels right side. Gus down low to Tom McMillan, guarded by Malone. Back to Gus for the easy layup. Simple give and go. He's in, he scores. 12 points for Gus, all in the quarter. 55-51. Washington on top. So Stockton yo-yos to the right side. John pulls up, looks for help. Back to Hanson. Now he's left-hand pass wild. Out of bounds by Hanson.
Frank Layden is standing right in front of our broadcast booth, yelling instructions, and the Jazz fell asleep on that particular series.
All right, here's Gus. Down low right to McMillan. They work against Malone. McMillan right to left. Force it up. It goes in. They count it. How they call a foul? They'll call a foul on McMillan. Malone is first. McMillan has 7.6 in the quarter. Watch him hook Malone with the left hand. Right there's the foul, and they don't call it. Then, as Carl backs off, they call the foul. Now you figure that one out. They call it home cooking. Free throw good by McMillan. He has 8 points, 7 in the quarter. Stockton down the left side of Hanson. Hanson to the base. Jump a 15-footer, and that's no good. And a rebound to Cliff Robinson. Down court to Jeff Malone. He'll drive by Stockton. Stockton gets behind him and blocks it. It's free, but it's picked up by Gus Williams. 1 minute left in the first half. Gus drives by Hanson. Takes it all the way in the left corner to Malone. He's open, a jump shot, no good. Rebound McMillan inside of Karl Malone, out top to Robinson. Cross court to Gus. 48 seconds left in the quarter. We'll pause for station identification on the Utah Jazz Basketball Network. McMillan, right side, hits the jumper. He has 10 points, and his average is 3.
That's another case of the Jazz letting the Bullets get 4 shots at that basket on that particular trip down the floor.
A 9-point Washington lead. Low post right, Thurl Bailey. Will hold on. Malone goes even deeper. Thurl falls away with a wild shot, not close, and a rebound to McMillan. Tom McMillan to Charles Jones. Now the Bullets should get the last shot of this, the first half. As Gus Williams wisely waits and looks up at the clock. 12 seconds left to the half. Washington leads 60-51. 6 seconds. 5. They'll work on Stockton. Gus goes right by him. Lay it up. Blocked by Bailey. Go down by Hanson to Stockton. He throws it at the basket at the buzzer. And it goes out of bounds. And that's the end of the first half of play from the Capitol Center in Landover, Maryland. The score, Washington 60, Utah 51. We'll be back right after this timeout.
Stokes Brothers is your microwave oven headquarters. That's right. Stokes Brothers has one of the largest selections.
So Rod Hundley back at the Capitol Center along with Craig Polarjack, and we're at halftime. And the Bullets lead 60-51 over the Utah Jazz. Dan Lee with 18, the leader for the Utah team. And there's really no one in serious foul trouble for the Jazz. They have no one with as many as 3. The Bullets have Bowl with 3 and Roundfield, but I don't think that the foul situation is going to hurt either team.
I don't think so either, Rod. If anything, Manute might have to kind of hold off a little bit. But, you know, he really doesn't play that intimidating or that aggressive anyway. He doesn't really come across as that aggressive of a defensive player. He picks up a couple of no-nonsense type fouls along the way. Mark Eaton just has 2, and that, you know, that can also be a bonus for the Jazz down the stretch, as he might be able to become more of a factor down the stretch.
You know, one thing that surprised me in the first half was when the Jazz went to the small guards of Green and Stockton, the Bullets continued to run. They hurried right back down and got a basket just as quick. So see if we can get a stat sheet here. You kind of want to give me one. He kept ignoring me.
He went right by you.
Yeah, I hit him in the side. Finally, he gave me one here. So we'll take a look here. 43% for the Jazz from the floor, and the Bullets hit 52%. That's got to be a big, big difference.
And that's from the guard play, no doubt, no doubt. They got down the floor, they made things happen, and they forced the Jazz to turn the ball over on occasion as well. So Frank Layden, I'm sure, at halftime tried to right a few things, and it should be another good second half. There's a lot of basketball yet to be played, and the Jazz by no means are out of this thing.
It's 25-18 in the rebounding in favor of the Washington Bullets. Cliff Robinson had 6 rebounds for Washington. Mark Eaton had 8 rebounds to only 2 by Manute Bowl. So Mark did outplay him in that category.
And I think, though, the Jazz would like to see him score some points in the second half, though, to be honest with you. They need some points for their big men.
Mark, in the first half, went 0 for 5, and Manute Bol made 4 out of 5 field goals. So Dantley for Utah will give you this quick stat before the break. 5 of 10 for Dantley and 8 of 10 at the free throw line, even though Adrian did not have a rebound in the first half. So the score is Washington 60, the Jazz 51, and we'll be back. We'll have the third quarter of play right after this timeout.
Recently, Diet Pepsi changed its formula.
Rod Hundley with Craig Bolerjack. We welcome you back to our simulcast radio and TV. Third quarter Jazz ball. They go low to Dantley right side. He falls away with a 12-footer, and it's good. So Dantley gets point number 20.
Good way to open up the second half. They go to their bread and butter man, Dantley. How many times we see him knock it down for 15 from the baseline?
Manute Bol to Frank Johnson. Base left to Jeff Malone. A jumper's up. She won't go, and Eaton is there, but Bol takes it away from him. But if perhaps a foul to Bol, it is. Over the back of Mark Eaton.
And maybe right there is a good example of being just a couple of inches taller than your opponent. Manute was over the back of Eaton, and how many times do you get a chance to say over the back of Mark Eaton?
Wow, and he gets his 4th foul, so he's going to have to come out, and Tom McMillan will check in. Stockton and Hanson in the backcourt. So Manute Bol, who played only 12 minutes in the first half, is out. And here is a foul as Hanson went cutting down the lane. Jeff Malone, along with McMillan, were there. McMillan bumped him for the foul. Tom McMillan, his first. First team foul against Washington. Jazz ball. Dantley lives to midcourt to Stockton. Now Carl Malone moves to the right side with the ball. Down low to Dantley, knocked away. Dantley gets it up in the right corner. Adrian holding her high. Back to Stock. Stock penetrates the middle under to Hanson. Reverse layup. Good. Beautiful play by John Stockton. Hanson gets his second bucket, 4 points in the game.
Bobby Hanson snuck behind down the baseline, and Stockton, 6th in the league in assists, just threaded the needle, and Bobby put it up for the easy layup.
60-55 Washington. McMillan up top of the ball. Gray-haired one out of Maryland. Rhodes Scholar back to Frank Johnson. Low post left for Dan Roundfield. He'll back out in the left corner. Try to go up. Carl Malone steals it away. Tips it ahead to Stockton. Stock down the middle of the ball. Stutter step move. He'll peel left. Adrian on the wing. Adrian Dantley thinking right. Driving left. He's in for the layup, and he missed it. Oh, he had the easy one. Wow, what a miss. So the rebound goes to the Bullets. Now court Frank Johnson. Frank to the free throw line. Lobs it underneath to Jeff Malone. He stepped out of bounds on the baseline. Jazz ball. So Utah will put it in play. And it'll be Bobby Hanson. And Stockton. Stock walks it down. John across the midcourt line straight away. Back there by Frank Johnson. Laterally right to Bobby Hanson. Again to Stockton. Up top to Dantley. Adrian squaring away, faking a drive. Down low to Eaton. Stolen away. Bad pass by Dantley. That is picked off by Frank Johnson. He'll drive the middle. Dish it right baseline to Tom McMillan. A good outside shooter, and he scores. 12 points for Tom McMillan. And for McMillan, that's a season high. His old high was 8 points. He has 12 here. Beat the season high in 1/2 against the Jazz. Here's Stockton, left corner to Bobby Hanson. Down low to Eaton, an easy lefty hook, and he throws it long, and the rebound knocked down and grabbed by the Bullets. Cliff Robinson down the left side of Jeff Malone. Over in the left baseline to Roundfield. He kicks the ball away and picked up by Hanson. Ahead of Stockton. Stock behind the back dribble. Great. Drive the link. Play it up. Score it. Oh, what a move by John Stockton.
Stockton left Malone just sitting in his tracks. What a great behind-the-back pass to himself Malone did. Nowhere to run. And the Jazz pulled it in 5.
Oh, it's absolutely a marvelous play by Stockton. We got a timeout. And it's the Bullets 62, Utah 57.
If you just ask for a light beer.
I'll have a light.
Monday night, December 30th. Will be the second family night of the season as the Jazz host the Seattle Supersonics for the first time this season. The Sonics feature former Utah players Tom Chambers and Danny Brains, along with first-round draft choice Xavier McDaniel. It'll be family night against, again, in compliments of Procter & Gamble, Love's Diaper. The whole family could come in again and get into the game for only $20. That's right. Your entire immediate family can watch the Jazz in Seattle play for a total of $20. This offer's good only the night of the game at the Salt Palace. Don Sparks will have $20. He'll be there, so come join us. All right, the Jazz following the basket by Stockton, trailed by 5. Washington with the ball. Frank Johnson dribbling out front court left side. Wide left, he'll take it to Malone. Down low, inside of Cliff Robinson. Jeff Malone breaks down. Robinson passes, he turns, baseline jumper. Around and out, McMillan, easy tip in. Eaton never blocked him away, and he got the layup.
And you got to block out. McMillan having a big night with 14 now.
All right, Jazz Basketball is brought to you in part by Morris Travel, the official travel agency of the Utah Jazz and many other companies. Thanks, Morris. Malone drives and scores down the middle. The mailman delivers.
That's the way to answer back. Malone, good penetration.
He got the road cleared by Morris Travel, and he went right on in there. Here's Malone left side. Low pass gets away and out of bounds as they trap Robinson this play, and it's Jazz Basketball. 64-59, Washington. They led by 9 at the half. The Jazz have outscored them 8-4 in the quarter. All 4 by McMillan for Washington. Stockton down the left side. Little John off the Karl Malone screen. Dances behind, and now accelerate left to right. Wide right to Henson. Back to Stock. He's open. A 20-footer going away. It's around and out. Rebound tipped out of bounds by Markey. Just fly swatted that one clear to the sidelines and out of bounds. Well, the Bullets will put it in play. And to bring it down, Jeff Malone. He'll work left side, southpaw style, where Hanson will meet him. Jeff Malone, a 6'4" guard from Mississippi State. To Dan Roundfield out of Central Michigan. Up top to Robinson. Swing right to Frank Johnson. He played collegiately at Wake Forest. Now to McMillan. McMillan pirouettes down the middle. Drop it base left to Roundfield. He's open. The shot no good. Rebound Hanson. Quick outlet to Stockton. Stock down the middle. Stock across midcourt now waits for help. The Bullets doing one thing consistently all night, getting back defensively. They have been able to get back. Here's Malone underneath the Hanson. He's there. He scores. It counts, and he's fouled. As Karl Malone takes a slap with the hand from Malone on a nice feed, and he was fouled underneath by Jeff Malone.
Bobby Hanson has been one of the big surprises, of course, of the Utah Jazz. Darrell Griffith out with that foot injury. Bobby Hanson looked to fill the gap, and he's having a tremendous season considering a lot of things were against him. From the line, 71.4%.
And he averages an even 11 points a game. And his free throw here is good. A 3-point play, and Hanson has 7 points, 5 of them here in the third quarter. 64-62. The Washington Bullets lead by 1 basket. There's Frank Johnson left side. Stockton on it. Cross court, they'll go to Roundfield. Got it by Karl Malone. Cross court, Stock got it. We can be tied here. Stock's out in front. They'll never catch him. He scores. Little John. Stockton with 9 points. He and Hanson have 9 of the Jazz, 13 in the quarter. Left corner, Jeff Malone, a long jumper. That won't go. Rebound tipped over on the far sidelines. It goes out of bounds. Jazz ball. Last touch by Cliff Robinson. And we're tied at 64. Utah can take the lead.
And on that last series, on the steal for Stockton, you can see why he is 4th in the NBA in steals, 2.58 a game, and add another one to his total.
Stockton to Dantley, running room down the middle. He'll scoop under to Hanson, and he misses a layup. Rebound tipped out. Dantley's got it. Oh, baby. I mean, Hanson will never get an easy one like that. Here's Stockton, base left to Karl Malone. His easy jumper's no good. Now to rebound around field. Outlet to Frank Johnson. So the Jazz had 2 easy shots, and neither one would go. Here's McMillan, a long jumper, and that's no good. Rebound Hanson, quickly to Stockton. On down court is Malone. He fumbles it, picks it up underneath right side, forces it up and in. Great play by Karl Malone. The mailman delivers. He has 9.
And the timeout called. Washington, 20-second timeout. Malone is just amazing. Great body control, Rod. Great
super
body
shot.
control.
He finally knocked the ball down and then patiently waited, turned, and with a nice turnaround from the baseline right side, about a 5-foot hopper, he knocked it through. That's 9 points for Malone, and the Jazz take a 2-point lead. 66-64. Karl Malone now with 9 points in the game. And Utah getting in the quarter, 5 by Hanson, 4 by Stockton, 4 by Malone, and 2 by Dan. Earl Strom, the referee, one of the 2 with Jess Thompson. He plays hurry-up basketball. He said, let's go, the timeout's over.
Not too often you see a club, an NBA club, score only 4 points in 5 minutes.
All right, Kenny Green checks in for the first time. He was the 12th player picked in the draft, just ahead of Karl Malone. In other words, the Washington Bullets could have had Karl Malone. They passed him up for this kid. Here's Jeff Malone. Shot no good. The rebound to Markey. Ahead to Stockton. Jazz on the run. Left shot to Karl Malone. He drives. He scores. The mailman. That's 11 for Karl Malone. So as I mentioned, they took Kenny Green instead of Karl Malone. Kenny played his college ball at Wake Forest. He's 6'7". He'll be guarded by Adrian Dantley. Jazz lead 68-64. Tom McMillan up top of the ball. Down the right side to Jeff Malone. Malone holds her up. Still holding. Raises long jumper. Air ball. Knocked down and grabbed by Dantley. Out of Stockton. Jazz on the move. Stock front court straight away. Knight backs it out. The Jazz set the offense. A 4-point lead. That's 6 minutes left in the third quarter. Right side, Hanson, loaded Dantley on the base. It gets away, picked up by Tom McMillan. Not a good pass, and Dantley unable to handle it. Now Frank Johnson to bring it down. Jazz had him on the go there. They had momentum going, but now the Bullets for the steal. Here's Frank Johnson left side. Works left to right off the McMillan screen. The jump shot is up. Won't go. Rebound, Bob Hanson. He is really getting the boards here in the quarter. Ahead to Stockton. Stockton pirouettes up top, backs it out. 68-64 Utah. Stockton wide left with the ball. He'll live load to Dantley. Good position, base left. All the way shot is flat and short, but a foul. And Dantley will shoot 2. A foul will be charged to Kenny Green. The rookie from Wake Forest gets his first foul. And the Bullets have 14 fouls. The Jazz have not committed a foul in a quarter. Dantley backed the rookie in and fell away from him, and Green hit him right on the right elbow as he released the shot.
Adrian Dantley, of course, has kind of a different type of approach to the free throw line. Massages that ball. Tonight, 8 out of 10, make it 9 out of 11. He's knocking that average up just a little bit, right?
21 points. Boy, he shoots a lot of free throws. He had 275 attempts coming into this game. That's a lot of free throws.
And the guy closest to him was Malone with 109. So, boy, what a difference.
Not only 25 games. Dantley hits both free throws. He has 22 points, and the Jazz lead 70-64. Their biggest lead, 6 points. They've outscored the Bullets by 15 in the quarter. Here's Gus. Right side jumper, no good. Eaton for the rebound, but Malone grabs it off the glass and throws it back toward the Stockton. Almost behind him, but John saved it. Stockton toward left. Little John. He'll low, go left to Dantley on the base. Fake left, turn right, back to Stockton. Quick feed right baseline to Malone. A jumper from 12. It's good. Karl Malone. He has 13-8 in a quarter for the mailman. 72-64 Utah. All right, Frank Johnson, front court left side. Stockton will guard. We'll take it up top now to Kenny Green. Over the base left to Robinson. Cliff Robinson for Southern Cal. Got it by Karl Malone. He backs him in. Double pump. Off-balance shot. And the Jazz are going to be called for an illegal defense. Now we'll pause for station identification on the Utah Jazz Basketball Network. So to inbound the ball, Kenny Green, the rookie from Wake Forest, as the Jazz call for the illegal defense. They'll go in on the angle left to Cliff Robinson, playing with protective goggles. Karl Malone knocks it away from him and out of bounds. Karl with those quick hands, if you hang on to it and show him the ball, he'll reach for it. Knocked it away and made a great steal here earlier in the game. Robinson left corner to Gus Williams, who's come on, guarded by Bob Hanson. Gus, an excellent shooter, had 12 in the second quarter. Free throw line over to Frank Johnson. Jumper, yes. Frank Johnson, he has 14 points. All right, Stockton down the right side. Stock drives all the way. Drive all the way underneath the basket and bring it all the way out to the left corner. Down low to Eaton. He's inside. Come on, Mark. He lays it up, scores. Kind of hesitating, but he finally got the job done. 3 points for Eaton.
Well, that first one's always the toughest. That's 19-6. The Jazz have outscored the Bullets in the third period. 4 minutes to play.
74-66 Utah. Frank Johnson again by Stockton. Base right to Tom McMillan. Jump shot. Blocked by Eaton. Pulled down and out of bounds. It goes Jazz ball as McMillan couldn't hang on. So Mark Eaton with a fine block there. First half, Eaton had 2 blocks, and Manute Bol had 1, by the way, officially. And Bol gets up. He'll come back. Over to Dantley in the left corner. A one-hand set from 20 short. Rebound. Dantley would have stayed there. He would have had it. Had he followed his shot, he would have had it, but he walked back down the floor, and it goes out of bounds to the Bullets.
And Manute Bol checks back in. McMillan takes a breather. That guy has really worked a good ball game tonight. McMillan with 14 points.
The 4 of the 6 here in the quarter, too. Robinson up top. Left corner to a wide-open Kenny Green. The jumper, no good. Rebound, Hanson. Again, quickly to Stockton. Hanson really getting the boards in the third quarter. Now that has paid off for the Jazz. Of course, Bobby working at a guard. Underneath Dantley, inside. Quick shot. Intimidation by Bol, and he missed it easily. Down court, it's picked up by Frank Robinson. Base left to Gus. Jumper from 20. In and out. Rebound, Cliff Robinson. Washington with 24 seconds on a shot clock. They'll go back to Gus Williams. 74-66. Utah with the lead. Left corner, Kenny Green with the ball. Green charges inside, and they call the basket good, and he ran over Hanson, who was hurt. Now they're going to give him a basket and call a foul on Bob Hanson.
You could hear that all the way from where we were sitting. It sounded like a left-hand cross, and
wow.
Bobby felt that. He still shook up on that play.
And Hanson's going to get a foul. The basket's going to count, and he's also going to get a headache as he gets up and walks to the bench.
I'm sure some stars are floating around in his head.
So we got a timeout taken by the Jazz. And we have 3 minutes left here in the third quarter. It's Utah 74, Washington 68.
The next time you get your utility bills...
Here.
So we welcome you all back to our simulcast radio and television here in Landover, Maryland. The Jazz sent in Ricky Green at a guard. He'll team with Bob Hanson. The Stockton will get a rest. Dantley up front with Malone and Eaton. Friday night, following tomorrow night's Jazz game in New Jersey, radio only. Friday night, we've got another simulcast, Channel 5 television at 5:30 against the Philadelphia 76ers with Dr. J. Julia serving. Moses Malone, Blake Bowler Jack, and myself, along with John Cook, our producer director. Hope you'll be with us. That's Friday. Here, the free throw good by Kenny Green. Right corner, Adrian Dantley with the ball. Jazz have a 5-point lead. To Hanson, a zone trap. Up top to Eaton, left side to Malone. He's open. He'll shoot over Manute Bol. Jumper, good. I mean, Carl's filling that basket up. He's got 15 and 10 of them here in the third quarter.
Well, if it wasn't for the big guy up in New York, and his name's Patrick Ewing, we talked about this before they started the game. Karl Malone, big chance, of course, maybe to be Rookie of the Year honors, but Ewing will probably beat him out.
Now here's Jeff Malone hitting a jumper down the court left side. His 9th point in his first 2 since the opening quarter. If it wasn't for Pat Ewing, yeah, I think it'd be a 2-man race. Xavier McDaniel from Seattle and Malone and Jazz. This kid is playing great. Karl Malone with 15. The Jazz with the ball. Dantley up top. Got it by Cliff Robinson. He looks inside. Can't find anybody. Right corner to Hanson. Low to Malone. Carl turns. Another jumper up. And this one no good. Eaton for the rebound. Inside Bol. He scores. They caught him walking. No basket. No basket.
That's the best matchup between those two tonight. One-on-one. Bol against Eaton. And Mark ended up walking with it.
Steve Hayes will come on now, and Eaton will come out. So it'll be up to Hayes at 6'11" to play Bol, 7'6". All right, with the ball front court, Frank Johnson, Brother Gus Williams, up top of the lane to Cliff Robinson. Here's alley-oop pass the ball, gets away, and Ricky Green picks it up. Ricky down the middle of the ball. Ricky on a trailer to Hanson. Left side, jump from 16. Bobby shot, no good. Rebound grab by Malone. Slam dunk. Take that in your face. Wow. All the dust came out of the net. The mailman with 17. Boy. He sent that one home, didn't he? United Marshall.
Early Christmas present.
Here's Bol. Left side angle to Jeff Malone. Up top to Cliff Robinson. Back on the angle left to Kenny Green. He drops the ball, picks it up with Earl Bailey on him. Green backs in. Fake right, turn left. Off balance shot. He scores off the glass. Walker looked like, but he got away with it. He has 5 points in the quarter. 78-73. Jazz with a lead. Ricky Green will bring it down. Ricky walks it to the left side. Green yo-yoing. Down low to Earl Bailey. Back to Ricky up top. He looks down the barrel. 20-footer by Ricky. Yes! Ricky Green with 14. The Jazz getting some help for Dantley tonight with Malone countering with 17 and Green with 14. The backup Dantley's 22. All right, Gus Williams, right side front court to Kenny Green. Up top to Manute Bol. Cross court left to Jeff Malone. Hanson on. Spin it, free throw line on the open. Cliff Robinson, a jumper won't go off the back of the iron. It curls there for the rebound. To the fastest of the ball, Ricky Green. Green down the right side. Go to the base. Fall away. Force an 18-footer. It's in and out. Got a rebound of Manute Bol. 7'6". Down court to Gus. Right side angle to running room for Kenny Green. He misses a layup. Steve Hayes grabs the rebound. Quickly to Green. The Jazz moves to the front court. Down the 2. Malone back to Hanson. Layup blocked by Bol. Jump ball. Why a jump? Why a jump ball? The ball was free. Jazz had the rebound. Hanson shot blocked. I'll give you that. But then the ball is free. Why did they call a jump?
Well, Bobby Hanson's been taking a beating here in the third period.
That gives the ball back to Washington on this jump with Bol at 7'6". Hanson, now they'll have to jump again. They misjudged the lead. Or somebody went up too quickly. Now, don't tell me it's Hanson. I guess so it'll be Washington's ball. So as I surmise for you, you're giving it right back as soon as you call the jump.
And Manute takes another rest. Remember, he has 4 fouls, and McMillan is back in the lineup with just 20 seconds to play.
They got him out of there for the last shot of the quarter. Get some offense in. They're going to run the clock down for 1. It's 80-73. Utah with the lead. And here's Gus up top, feeling right. Back to McMillan. Swing to Robinson, angle left, wide open. Shot, no good. Rebound, tipped out of there. The foul to Jeff Malone over the back. Malone for the Bullets. We're in the penalty, so free throws for the Jazz with 4 seconds left in the third quarter. Malone second. That's Jeff Malone of Washington. Going to the free throw line, Bob Hanson. Bobby shot one tonight, and he's made it. 71% on the year. An average free throw shooter. It's 80-73 in Utah. And Hanson looking for points 8 and 9.
And so far in this third period, the Jazz outscoring the Bullets. That one hits nothing but net. 29 are now 30-13. What a turnaround.
And, you know, the rebounding of Bob Hanson has been, other than looking at the points, has been a big difference. And he has also scored 6 of these 8 here in the quarter. That's what Bobby has at least 5 rebounds off the defensive boards.
That's the big power Malone. He's really dominated underneath.
Hanson hits both free throws. He has 9 points. They come down court, left side, and a jump shot. No good. A 3-point try by Dudley Bradley, who had just checked in out of North Carolina. And that's the end of the third quarter of play. All right, it's the Utah Jazz 82 and the Washington Bullets 73. And we'll have the fourth and final quarter on the Utah Jazz Basketball Network right after these messages.
If you just ask for a light beer, give me a light. You never know what you'll get.
Thoughts? No, actually, Bud Light. Or South 7th East.
Rod Hundley along with Craig Bolerjack, and we're back in Landover, Maryland at the Capitol Center, where Bobby Hanson will continue to take a rest following a blow to the head and a foul that gave up a 3-point play. He looked over and smiled at us here at the timeout. We're located right next to the Jazz bench. Jazz lead following a 31-13 blitz in that third quarter of the Bullets.
That's if you had to. The rookie, Karl Malone, Mr. Dominant. And there's another big story. Third quarter shooting from the floor, 54% for the Jazz, and the Bullets went dead cold, 27%.
Malone had 12 points in that third quarter out of his total of 17 for the game. So the Jazz send in Pace Mannion out of guard to start the fourth quarter. And Ricky Green, Thurl Bailey, Adrian Dantley, and Marquis. Bullets with the ball. Gus Williams backcourt with Jeff Malone. Up top they got Dale Roundfield, Cliff Robinson, and Manute Bol. All right, Robinson left side, got him by Dantley. Cliff Robinson is 6'9", Dantley 6'5". Robinson backs him in. Fake right, turn left. The open jumper. No good. Rebound Manute Bol. Banks it up over Eden and scores. What a play by the big fella. 11 points for Manute Bol.
It's like you're throwing a rag doll up there, the way he kind of just muscled that thing in.
Well, I tell you, that's incredible. See how that big play of basketball. Here's Bailey up top, 20-footer, and that won't go. And here come the Bullets. Rebound to Dan Roundfield. Ahead to Gus Williams. Gus walks it front court left. Cross court to Manute Bol. Now back to Gus. Left side to Jeff Malone. He'll shoot over Mannion, and that's good. Here come the Bullets. Malone with 11. So they scored 4 points here in less than 50 seconds. The Jazz yet to score in the fourth quarter. 82-77. So they're right back in there. Here's Green over the right side of Mannion. Right corner to Adrian Dantley. Dantley low to Eaton. The easy lefty hook, and it's blocked by Bol. Picked off by Dan Roundfield. That ball slipped out of Mark's hand, and Bol easily blocked it. Ahead to Gus. Down low left to Robinson, knocked out of bounds by Dantley as he just did running to get a hand on it.
Real quick, Rod, I don't know if you've heard the story about Manute, but, you know, he's from Dinka tribemen in Sudan.
Dinka tribe.
The Dinka tribe. He said he once killed a lion with the spear down there, and they said, "You're kidding." He said, "Yeah, he was asleep."
I like it. Cliff Robinson hits a jumper left side, and we got a timeout. We played 1 minute and 19 seconds, and the Bullets have outscored the Jazz 6-0. And are back in there. Jazz by 3. We'll be back.
A better deal just can't be found. The new Landmark Chevrolet. Landmark's out to be found.
Rod Hundley along with Craig Bolerjack. And we're back at the Capitol Center in Landover, Maryland. The Jazz 9-point lead is down to 3 in 1 minute and 19 seconds. Washington with Robinson, Bol, and Malone each a basket. They've outscored the Jazz 6-0 here in that time.
A good timeout by Layden to talk things over. 82-79. A lot of time to play. 10:41, Rod. Pace Mannion will remain on the floor along with Bailey, Green, Dantley, and Big Mark Eden.
So no change, and Jazz will bring it down. All right, Ricky Green will bring it into the front court. Green guarded by Gus Williams. Ricky on the angle left. Ricky reverses left to right. Over to right corner to Adrian Dantley. He squares away down low to Eaton. Another easy left hook, and again, Bol blocked it. Manute Bol picked that back up. Out here comes the Bullets. Gus, angle left, jumper. Yes. Gus Williams. He has 14 in the game. 8-0 in the quarter, Washington.
And the key to that, too, the way the Bullets have been able to make the transition very quickly back down floor.
Earl Bailey with a jump hook, and it's good. He gets the Jazz first 2 of the quarter, and we played 2 minutes in the period. All right, Gus left side. Gus to the corner. Jazz lead 84-81. Gus left to right. Spin away from Green. Easy banker up and in. Gus Williams. He has 16. All right, with the ball, Ricky Green front court. Ricky works left side. Green raises. Long 20-footer. That's no good. Not a good percentage shot. Manute Bol there for the rebound. Boy, has he been impressive. Now to Jeff Malone. To Gus. Gus front court straight away. Gus over in the left corner to Malone. Right through his hands and out of bounds.
And John Stockton up off with the sweats.
So Ricky Green will come out. Mannion stays in. And Stockton will team with him. Bailey, Dantley up front, and Eaton. And Karl Malone wants to come on. And they will not let him in. I will not believe that. And the referees will not allow Malone in. If buzzer man ever sounded a buzzer, Frank Layden complaining along the sidelines why he was not allowed to get in. Here's Bailey right side to Dantley. Adrian puts in, goes to Eaton on the base. Doesn't even look for the shot. Underneath the Mannion. Mannion fumbles, picks it up. We got a jump ball. So the Jazz lead of 9 is down to 1 point, and we got a jump. So the Bullets control and score. They'll take the lead in less than 3 minutes of play. And we'd like to welcome our stations and listeners on the Jazz Radio Network. KLUB, the flagship station in Salt Lake City. KBLQ in Logan. KLVR in Heber City. KKWZ in Richfield. KVEL in Verno. KOAL in Price. KMOB in Moab. As the ball is tipped down court to Malone to Gus. Here come the Bullets. They can take the lead. Gus is running up. Shot no good. Rebound Bailey. Down court to Karl Malone. To the middle to Dantley. Back to Karl Malone. Slam dunk. Right over Manute Bol. Karl Malone. Wow. What a dunk on that.
Well, he played power basketball. Good feedback from AD to Malone. And what a combination those two are.
Malone angle left. Jump shot over Mannion. Easy. Malone, he has 13.
He's having a great night. Malone looking good. A pair of Malones out there having a good night.
All right, Stockton back left side. 86-85. Jazz with a 1-point lead. Stockton on the angle left. Up top to Pace Mannion. Down the right side of Dantley on the wing. Adrian take right drive left to the middle. They double him. He double pumps. Right side of Thurl. He'll take the jumper. No. Double pump. Trying to go up. Bol fouls him. That's 5 on Manute Bol. Dantley will shoot 2. So for Manute Bol, foul number 5. Boy, he has been a force in there. KCLG in Washington, St. George, one of the Jazz radio stations on the network. KOTV in Evanston, Wyoming. KNAQ in Rupert, Idaho. And for the 3rd straight year, KDON, KDWN in Las Vegas.
I didn't think they were going to let you finish those.
Trying to get them all in here. Trying to keep everybody on the network happy. All right, Dantley will shoot 2. We also want to mention Channel 5 KSL TV, Salt Lake City, Utah.
We better.
Here's Adrian Dantley. Landmark Chevrolet, one of the Jazz sponsors, is the ultimate in Chevrolet parts service and body repair. Dantley's free throw, yes. Adrian, 25.
You know, our own Steve Cyphers did a story on Superstitions Ride last Friday, and since it was Friday the 13th, there's a guy that I think he's superstitious. Take a look at the way he massages this basketball.
I call it squeezing the air out of it.
But it seems to work.
Yeah, he hits them both. 26 for Dantley, and the Bullets take a timeout. And we have 7 minutes and 45 seconds left in the game. On the score, Utah 90, Washington 87. The Utah Jazz, one of America's most exciting and competitive NBA teams. This is Hot Rod Hundley. Now you kids ages 8 through 18 can become part of the Jazz family. It's called Utah Jazz. Jay, Moses Malone, Patrick Ewing, Manute Bol, and many others. You can order this 86 Jazz package now by calling any of the Jazz dunk numbers. 355 Dunk from Salt Lake, 621 Dunk from Ogden, and Duckett from Provo at 377 Dunk. On a proud sponsor of the Utah Jazz, Larry H. Miller Toyota. We're what a dealer should be because we care. So the Jazz lead is down to 3, and the Washington Bullets for the ball. And bringing it down across the court, Gus Williams, right to left. Got it by Stockton. Gus wide left. Throws it right over my head and tipped away by Stockton and out of bounds.
Just like the old days.
Right over my head. Here comes Gus. Down low to round field. To Gus to round field. Got it by Dantley. Gus for the easy layup. For the give and go. Block by Malone. What a super play. Pulled down by Stockton ahead. Stockton left side of Thurl Bailey on the base. Drive on Bowles. Scoop it up. Miss a layup. Rebound. Save by round field, but it goes to Karl Malone. His pass under to Thurl Bailey. Shot blocked by Manute Bol. There by Thurl Bailey. Blocked by Manute Bol. And Bol comes down with the ball. Ahead to Gus. Gus down the left side. Gus waits for help. Well, you think that guy in his presence isn't felt enough.
And he's doing all that with 5 fouls.
You betcha. Here's Roundfield, base left. Go up, shot, won't go. It's an air ball. Knocked out of bounds by Stockton. As Gus would have had the rebound, and Stock knocked it out of over his back and knocked it out of bounds.
Here's some quick NBA scores. Cleveland, 80. Houston, 73 after 3. Atlanta leading New Jersey, 82-79 after 3. And at the end of 1, the Bulls leading the Celtics, 29-28.
Down here, the Jazz lead by 3 with 7 minutes left in the game. That's Williams, left corner, shot behind the McMillan screen, in and out. And the rebound to Utah. It's grabbed by Karl Malone. Ahead to Stockton. Brother John front court. He'll work left side. Back out in front. Stock straight away. Yo-yo's the belt high dribble. Stockton still yo-yo. Now he accelerates left and right to the wing. Right corner to Adrian Dantley. He squares. One bounce dribble, double pump, can't get the shot. Again to Stock. Stockton peels the middle. Base left to Thurl. He's wide open. 12-footer. No good. Rebound Gus. Now here comes the Washington Bullets. Gus Williams front court. He'll wait for help. Gus peels off to the angle left with Stockton all over. Down low left to go to Dan Roundfield. Roundfield works on Dantley. Takes him in low. Turn back. Foul as Roundfield turned in. So the foul to Stockton, helping Dantley on the play. For Stockton, his third, and the Jazz first of the quarter. And again, they wasted with 6 minutes and 18 seconds left. The foul before he goes up, and they've been out of bounds. Right here, they lean in just as he makes his move.
Stockton came over to double team with AD.
Dantley has only 2 fouls. Stockton, that was his third, so he just grabbed him and he could have taken the ball out.
Roundfield's got a few gray hairs peeking through.
Roundfield's free throw good. He has his 3rd point.
He's been around the league, Rod.
Yep, good player. Always had a back problem, lower back problem. And he's continued to play. He never complains. And I've seen this guy play many a minute with a ailing back. He hits both free throws, and the Jazz lead is 1 point. Stockton down the left side. He'll take it low to Dantley. They double him, and we got an offensive foul on Dantley. So here comes the referee, Mr. Jess Thompson, to make that call. Dantley's 3rd. So the Bullets can take the lead right here. They were down by 9, mind you, at the end of the 3rd quarter. The Jazz were down by 9 at the halftime, so it's really a turnaround game. Manute Bol fires it right side to Roundfield. He'll hand to Jeff Malone. Malone fake left to right to the base. Jump shot over Henson. Yes, Bullets lead. Jeff Malone. Malone, he has 15-6 in the quarter. And Washington takes the lead with 5:45 left in the game. Left side, Stockton with the ball. Up top to Malone. Under Dantley, and the Jazz have the lead back. Boy, what a quick feed by Malone.
Boy, Dantley could have set up a tent and had dinner.
Great feed by Malone. That set the whole thing. There's no time like snap judgment. Boom, right now. He made it. That's why Dantley was throwing on. Here's McMillan coming back. Shot no good. He's fouled. He'll shoot 2. And again, Mr. Thompson makes the call from midcourt. Karl Malone gets in his 2nd.
McMillan makes a nice move, tries to drive the paint, worked his way around Malone, but I believe Malone caught him with a hip as McMillan takes a big tumble on the floor. He's not that old.
So going to the free throw. Right, he doubles it. That's 16 for Tom McMillan. 93-92, Washington on top. Stockton down the left side for Utah. Stock wide left. The Jazz hanging in there. They will not quit. You can bet on that regardless of the score. Under Dantley again for Malone, and he scores. Adrian with 30. Karl Malone back-to-back super assist. That is 94-93. Jazz with that 1-point lead, and we have exactly 5 minutes left in the game. All right, here's Frank Johnson driving the base. Back on the angle left to Jeff Malone. Fake Stock away. Jumper from 12. No good. Rebound finally to Dantley. Adrian to Stockton backcourt. Stock down the right side. Stockton up top. Stock drive the alley. Dish it over in the right corner to Bobby Hanson. Hanson on the angle right. Double pumps again to Dantley out front. Jazz with 12 seconds on the shot. Adrian lines it right corner to Bobby Hansen. Low to Thurl Bailey. Manute Bowl on him. A left-handed jump hook, no good. Out of rebound to Cliff Robinson as he blocked Dantley away. Well, Frank Johnson brings it down. Manute Bowl actually got a little piece of that jump hook to Thurl with that left hand. That guy is so big, he hardly even has to leap to get to the shot. Even with Thurl at 6'11", as big as he is. Here's Frank Johnson, left corner for the Kaufman. Corner shot, no good. Rebound, Thurl Bailey. To Stockton. Jazz into the front court. Down the left side of Bobby Hansen. Bobby pulls up, jump a 16-footer. It's good. Bob Hansen. He's in double figures with his average of 11.
That was a rainbow shot. Bobby Hansen. Sweet shot from about 15 feet.
96-93. Jazz with a 3-point lead. 4 minutes left in the game. Going to the wire. Frank Johnson right side. Johnson intimidates. Wants to go to McMillan. He does. Over the base right. Turns on Malone, but Carl stays there with him. Now he turns again. Shoots over Malone and scores. Kyle McMillan. 18 points for McMillan. There's Stockton front court. Stock being chased down by Frank Johnson. Backs it out. 96-95. Jazz by 1. Stockton left side. We got a foul inside holding Dantley this time. No offensive foul here. Now it's Tom McMillan. Here's second. Now for the Bullets, only their second team foul. So Dantley will inbound. He'll go to Stockton. Stockton up top to Malone. Carl fakes the shot. Baseline right to Dantley. Adrian guarded there by Cliff Robinson. Looks at the clock. Backs his way in. Double pump. Ball knocked away and it goes out of bounds. Jazz ball. So Utah will have it. But they have but 13 seconds on the shot clock. 96-95 Utah. Stock will inbound. Jazz line up 2 under, 2 out, right side of Dantley. Adrian low to Thurl. Manute Bowl on him. Double pump shot up underhand style. It's good. What a shot. As he got the ball to go in. Thurl Bailey with 10 points in the game. And the Bullets take a timeout. As the Jazz lead is at 3. And we have 3 minutes and 11 seconds left in the game. Thurl Bailey in double figures with 10. Dantley leads with 30. The Jazz up by 3. Rep of choice, Xavier McDaniel. That'll be family night. And again, compliments of Procter & Gamble Loves Diapers. The whole family can once again get into the game for only $20. Your entire immediate family can watch the Jazz in Seattle play for a total of $20. The offer good only the night of the game. 12 pause for station identification on the Utah Jazz Basketball Network. So, Rod Hundley along with Frank Bowler-Jack, and we're back at the Landover, Maryland Capitol Center, the home of the Bullets. Jazz with a 3-point lead following a great basket by Thurl Bailey.
The question, or the key there, they're working the ball in on Manute. They know he's got 5 fouls. He can't really play as aggressive as I'm sure he'd like to right now.
All right, Cliff Robinson left side. 1 bounce. Over the left corner of Manute. Oh, and it's stolen by Carl Malone. But he stepped out of bounds, apparently, right in front of the Jazz bench. There's where he should have saved it. You know, picking it up. So not going to give him the full 24, I don't believe, as Earl Strom talks to the Jazz bench. They still have the 24 there. They're going to say that Carl had no control, and it was still Bullets' ball, which you run the clock down to an 18 seconds down and 24 seconds left. Now the Jazz say it should be down to 11. So they have to check at the scorers table.
And Shue trying to plead his case.
Earl Strom at the scorers table. They check the official play-by-play, they call it. The official time of, they say 17 on the clock.
I heard him say give him 24, and Jerry Sloan, the assistant for the Jazz, says no possession. So a little talk might have done some good on that particular case.
Well, they take 7 seconds off the board. Carl Malone guards Manute Bowl. Bailey on McMillan. Dantley has Robinson. The ball comes in out front to Frank Johnson. Got it by Stockton. He'll fake left to right off to McMillan. Screen back to McMillan. He's alone. Look out. Shot too good. Rebound to Thurl Bailey. No, Carl Malone. Real man here. Boy, what a player. Jazz had some great draft picks, brother, and he's right at the top. Here in the last few years, here's Stockton. He was one of the great ones. To Malone, drive the alley, Pierre right, put it in. What a move. The mailman with 21. Carl Malone. All right, down the right to left side, Frank Johnson with the ball. Johnson Right it by Stockton. Down low left to Cliff Robinson. Back to Johnson again to Robinson. Stolen by Stockton. Stock gets away from Frank Johnson. Down the middle to Malone. Slam dunk. The mailman. 23 for Malone and a super play by John Stockton as Karl Malone exchanges a half line.
Boy, Karl Malone coming into his zone, Hot Rod.
Timeout. Bullets will stay here. Jazz lead 102-95.
Just when you thought the Jazz might fold over and not pull this game out, they've really come on strong in the last couple of minutes, and the reason a man named Karl Malone. Stockton with the long downfield pass, just like Dan Fouts to one of his wide receivers, and boy, he just buried it.
So Karl Malone has 23, Dantley with 30, while the Jazz lead by 7. And a great idea for Christmas gift, appropriate for just about anyone, is Jazz tickets. So get them tonight. Get your friends and family Utah Jazz tickets this year for Christmas, because Jazz tickets make super stocking stuffers. And the mailman will deliver them.
You just ask him, and I'm sure he'll be there. Red suit and all.
Utah up by 7, 2:06 left.
You know that
the super defense, quick hands of Stockton and a beautiful down court feed.
He amazes me how well he controls the basketball. He was double teamed down here and was able to break through. Fast break points, a stat that we just take a look at. Utah 33, Washington just 8. So the Jazz running with fury tonight.
So Utah with a 7-point lead. A 7-point lead for Utah here. Jazz huddling up with Frank Layden with that lead. They'll be on the defense here. Washington with the ball. Utah comes back with Hanson, Stockton, Dantley, Malone, and Thurl Bailey. Tomorrow night, the Jazz in New Jersey. Radio only, a 5:20. Be with us for Jazz basketball, the second game of a 5-game trip. Right here is Frank Johnson, front court left. He'll take it wide left to Dudley Bradley, just checking in. Bradley in the left corner, three-point jumper. That won't go. And a rebound to Karl Malone. The mailman pulls her down. Ahead to stop. They're starting to creep open that refrigerator door. Stockton left side. But she's still a long way to go. They double stop. Cross court to Dantley. 12 seconds on the shot. Ball knocked away. Dantley gets it back. They better hurry. To Stockton. 6 seconds. Stock face left down the middle to Dantley. He puts it up blocked by Bowl. They don't call goaltending. Frank Johnson's got it all the way. Blocked by Malone, and they call a foul. I don't believe that was Malone on the foul. They're going to give the foul to somebody else.
Like Bobby Hansen.
Bobby Hansen. Why is he in there? Don't reach in there, see? There he was grabbing, and Malone just blocked.